thought I'd do a little update for you on the X5. Some of you may already know, but the X5 stopped being our family car a number of months ago, probably in excess of November. It stopped being our family car. It was just basically costing quite a lot on fuel. It's diesel, and my other half doesn't really go on long journeys, and it was probably adding up quite a bit on fuel. She said it was costing near £200 a month to fuel it. And there is a few little issues with it now, which are starting to flag up. And if you haven't already seen the video on this X5, back when I got it from BCA, it had no engine management lights on. And as soon as I drove it out of BCA, got a couple of miles down the road, the engine management light came on, and it's never gone off since. Now, I know how the system works. I'm not stupid. I can now say that I can do it myself. And it's because the same issue, or I say the engine management light on my 4 Series is pretty much the same as well. It's possibly to do the EGR valve. It's either too clogged, something along those lines. However, when you plug in your diagnostics and you clear the code, the car, or BMW, will allow a good number of miles. It's either a number of miles or a number of starts before it then says, no, we've got an issue. I'm going to ping up the engine management light. So as an example, on the 4 Series that I cleared down the engine management light, and I drove in excess of 50 miles before it pinged back up. I think that's what the previous owner on the X5 did. I think they cleared the code, whacked it into BCA, and subsequently it then pinged shortly after I drove it off. So I kind of think they knew what they were doing. Now I've got the same problem. So anyway, it's time that the car goes. Don't need it anymore. We have a new electric car, which is the family car, so to speak, and that is what is being used. So the X5 needs to go. So I'm just going to send it back to BCA. So it's been parked up now since November. I have the key, but I need to prep it a bit more before it goes, because it's obviously been used. We need to just hoover it out, touch up any bits of paint and stuff that originally wasn't touched up, and I should have done it at the time, back in the summer when the weather was better. But now we're in January, and need to touch that up, and then we drive it to BCA, where it will be sold at auction there. So yeah, I'm hoping everything is still good, and I'm hoping it's going to start. So we'll head out, we'll get in it, and we'll get it onto the driveway. So first things first, which I don't know if you can probably see from here, is the rear's dropped since it's been parked up. The airbag, or not the airbag, the air suspension has dropped. So I'm hoping that will start back up when we start the car. Otherwise, that's going to be a potential issue, which has obviously reared its head since it's parked up. So that's good. We've got power. Right, we're getting that. So let's see if this is going to start, shall we? that's good. So yeah, it starts on the button. So yeah, I'm now gonna, how much fuel have I got? Got a bit of fuel. So I'm just gonna, I think I feel the back end moving up. The car is rising briefly. I'm looking at the bricks, and the bricks seem to be slowly but surely moving. So yeah, so the that means that the pump's working on that air. So right, let's get it on. Let's turn the lights off because we don't need those for the minute. And yeah, let's get this car off here and away, because I've already had a neighbour come out and he's asked me to move it. Strangely, didn't want to knock on the house, but and has decided that since I'm here, he said he couldn't have anyone park outside his house. So yeah, that's great. Oh well. Anyway, let's move it. So, other than the battery obviously running a bit low, which we can top up using my Cytec, or we can just let this run, but this is diesel, so I want to kind of just let it run for a bit. We just need to now start yeah, clearing the car out, and then once everything's cleaned and out of this, then to be honest, don't really think it needs much, because I think BCA do a bit of it, but I'll give it a hoover as well. I was going to change this out because I had bought the arm for it, but it involves taking off all the door panel, and I probably should have got around to it because it's screwed in behind this, so I should have really done that. But yeah, I think these seats might just need another clean before they go. But yeah, right, let's turn this off because we haven't got a huge amount of fuel. So let's turn that off. Still saying battery, but I can charge that. And yeah, I reckon I'll have that sorted by the weekend, ready to head to BCA. This is probably the dirtiest job, I reckon, of the car. Beige or ivory coloured seats, always going to look dirty. So let's just have a quick glance at what we're looking at in regards to dirt. Never really been clean whatsoever. This is particularly bad on here. Here as well, around the cracks. So obviously, potentially, most of it is actually wear. That's the thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little test. I'm going to apply some tape. I'm going to run it down the middle, and then I'm going to use a technique which I was told was quite good at cleaning these seats. And then we're just going to have a look at the left side not cleaned and the right side cleaned. So we're going to use that. We're going to use a magic sponge or a razor, whatever you want to call them, and auto glimmed leather cleaner. So let's put in the tape and then we'll get started. Okay, right, first things first, we're gonna wet the sponge up with some leather cleaner, and then we're just gonna also wet this leather as well, and then all we're gonna do is just gonna rub the sponge over the leather. So I'm going to just do it. See, you can't see it. I don't know if that's grease or whether or not. We'll just apply that. We'll see how we get on. Right. This sponge is going to look very dirty, I'd imagine. Very dirty. So all we're going to do is just rub that in to every bit. Just, don't know if you can see that already. Starting to look very dirty. You can just literally see this stuff, this dirt just coming straight off. Just going to apply a bit more around the corner here, but yeah, this bit unfortunately looks like it may need some sort of leather, what's the word, leather, not paint, but it needs a coat, I reckon, of this colour to get the colour back in. Dye, that's it, dye, that's what I was thinking. Right, just apply a bit more there. At least it smells quite nice. That's the main thing. Leather cleaner, nothing worse when you clean upholstered seats, especially with that Bissell, and you use like a G101. The seats absolutely stink afterwards. Right. Also, we don't want to leave any actual dirt, residue dirt on the seat. So we'll use a microfiber towel to get it off in a minute. Going to do the headrest. I'm just going to do the whole of the headrest actually. Can't be asked to separate that out. Right, let's just use this to clean it up and not leave dirt residue on the seat. When you've got what 190,000 on the clock, these seats are going to be well used. And obviously with black, I'll be honest, they're obviously going to look a bit better in black. That's for sure. Right. Can we see a difference between the two? I think we can. Don't know if that shows up well on the video, but you can definitely see a massive, massive improvement. That looks automatically so much better, doesn't it? Right, I'm not going to labour the point too much. Going to get on with cleaning this one. And then obviously we've got the other passenger seat to do. These ones in here. These ones, you can see here, don't know what this is. But yeah, that might just need a clean rather than an actual proper, you know, rub down. So let's get on with that anyway. And make sure that this is all clean and it can dry overnight. So it's a pretty brief video. I actually did record more content about the X5 over the time that I had it. But it's gone, it's been gone probably about a month now, and it just went back to BCA, just went back through their auction site. I don't know how you describe it. So that is long gone, and yeah, we now save quite a bit of money with my other half's new car. I say new, she's had it since October last year. So coming up to 6 months actually, 6 months in. It's cheap to run. It's cheap to run. If you don't already know what it is, hold on, I'll swing the camera around so you can have a quick look, but you have to bear with me because I'm in the bit of a painting schedule at the moment. There you have it. It is a Leapmotor C10. That is what she is driving. So yeah, we are back to cheap driving. No more filling up with diesel for her to get to work. So it's a big enough car, looks after the little one, puts prams in, stuff like that. So yeah, it's all good. So yeah, that is the end. You won't see the X5 anymore. Nice car, very nice car. 190,000 miles, clean MOT. Yeah, but needed to go. So thank you for watching, and don't forget, hit the subscribe button for more videos. I'll try and do a video of this C10 at some point when I can. But in the meantime, I need to get on with Fiat 500s. So until next time, I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now.